I think we all need to mark this day as probably the most influential day in the history of professional wrestling. Good evening, everybody. I need to adjust the camera here real quickly. There we go. That's kind of where we want it. Good evening, everybody. It is WrestleScope 143. We are live tonight. We are live on the usual channels of YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, please give a like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can be updated whenever we are live. Wow. Unbelievable what happened today. So I was at work, and all of a sudden I got a notification from one of my followers that Vince McMahon had retired. And all right, this is driving me crazy. This camera is all wonky this evening. Hang on a second. Let's try that. Is that better? That's kind of better. Nope, that's not it. Should have did this before the broadcast. There we go. There we go. So I had heard the news about Triple H taking back over as EVP of Talent Relations, which didn't really come as a shock. But then I got the message, it was from Cademeister, that Vince McMahon had retired. Like, nah, there's no way. Nah, whatever. And I didn't see anything on Twitter about it. And then all of a sudden, I'm on my YouTube, and it's all over the place. So I'm at work with Noah, like, all right, you know what? I got to stop here real quick. There's something big going on. Watch Wrestle Talk's video on it. I see, Sean Ross Sapp had tweeted something like, holy crap, what is going on? And then the floodgates opened. So if you missed the news, which I can't believe you have missed the news, it was announced today that Vince McMahon retired from the WWE. And this is not storyline. This is legit. The announcement came out at 3:05 Central Time, so 4:05 Eastern Time, right after the New York Stock Exchange closed. And he said, at 77, time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe. Then, now, forever together. Now, there was a longer, detailed message that went out from WWE, and then there was another message that went out internally just to WWE staff. And basically what is happening, Vince McMahon has stepped down from all of his roles within the company. Chairman and CEO, but he is also relinquishing anything to do with creative. He is essentially done outside of being a majority stakeholder in the company. Day-to-day operations, decisions, things like that, he is no longer involved in. So for the first time in 40 years, Vince McMahon is not in control of anything within World Wrestling Entertainment. And it was also announced that Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are going to be the co-CEOs of the company. Now, no other changes have been made. John Laurinaitis is obviously out. Vince McMahon has stepped away. For the time being, Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn are going to be leading up creative for Raw and SmackDown. But I would not be shocked if in the next few weeks, probably next few months, we see major changes happening within creative. I think the three-headed group of Nick Khan, Stephanie McMahon, and Triple H are going to make some decisions on which way to go with creative. of who's going to be in charge. And I believe I agree with some other thoughts that have been shared out there that it is going to be somebody internally. It is not going to be a Triple H. It's not going to be Stephanie. It's not going to be Paul Heyman. It is going to be somebody that is currently working on the creative team that is going to take over. It's going to be somebody that, for the majority of us, we don't know who this name is. Okay. I was watching Sean Ross Sapp's live stream about this, and he had some excellent points because everybody kept asking the same questions over and over again. Well, how quickly are we going to see changes? What's going to end up happening? I don't think we're going to see any major changes in the product until after Clash at the Castle. Obviously, we're not going to see any massive changes in the next week. There may be some small tweaks here and there with the programming, but right now their focus is getting to SummerSlam next week, getting to SummerSlam in 8 days, and getting through that show. I think if there's going to be any sort of a hard reset at all, it is going to happen during the draft, which is scheduled to happen sometime in September. So if anything is going to happen, it's going to be then. We'll probably see some subtle changes over the course of the next couple of weeks, with storytelling and which wrestlers are being featured and things like that. But massive changes as far as the product are probably months down the road. One of the other questions that was very prevalent during Sean Ross Sapp's live stream today was, I just lost my train of thought because I started thinking about another one. Creative. Oh, is this going to help or hurt AEW? Hard to say at this point in time. AEW controls their own destiny right now. If they continue to put on a good product, though this past week Dynamite wasn't that great. The main event, the closing angle with the main event was not good at all. They did bounce back. Rampage was a decent show tonight. I liked Rampage tonight. It could have been better. The big issue they seem to be having right now is they don't seem to be going anywhere storyline wise. They're just kind of in this holding pattern. They're just kind of, spinning around right now. And it's like treading water in a pool. That's what it feels like AEW is doing right now, is just treading water. And they haven't started to do the big build for All Out, because I think it comes down to they're waiting to see who's going to be cleared medically to come back before they really start making any big plans. Obviously, if CM Punk comes back, you should have Moxley versus Punk. But what about, the rumors of Kenny Omega being cleared to come back? What about the rumors of Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole? There's a lot of question marks out there right now. And I think some of these things believe it or not, could start getting cleared up as early as tomorrow night with Death Before Dishonor. Because I think we will really start to see who are going to be the featured players in Ring of Honor. Now, I know we had talked about doing the Death Before Dishonor predictions tonight, but obviously with everything going on in WWE, the focal point right now is that. I don't know if I'm actually going to do live predictions. What I may do is, since they just added 2 more matches again tonight, which I knew they were going to do, I may actually just post predictions over on the Patreon page. Again, the Patreon page, it is free for everyone. There are no paid tiers right now. Everybody has access to everything that's on there. I haven't posted anything in the last couple of weeks, and I know I keep saying it, but I need to get some stuff up there. I am probably going to post predictions over there. It's just going to be too difficult to actually do a live stream or do a video with the predictions, and I haven't even had a chance to give positive one the match card. Yeah, Vinny. Brock was there tonight. That was the other big story. Was reportedly Brock Lesnar was pissed off when he heard that Vince McMahon was retiring, and he reportedly walked out of SmackDown tonight. This is just reports from multiple sources. Obviously, we all were running with it. All of us, any of us that do wrestling news on Twitter, on YouTube, wherever, as soon as that story broke, we were all over it. We were all running with it. And then Cultaholic came out with the story that WWE was already reaching out to Goldberg, which wrestling Twitter went absolutely ape, what, over that. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, if Lesnar's out, what are they going to do? Blah, blah, blah. And then Brock Lesnar surprises the crap out of all of us and shows up at the end of SmackDown, which actually was really good. But this was a very much different Brock Lesnar that showed up tonight. This was not the same Brock Lesnar that we have seen over the last month. There was something a little bit different. And you could kind of see it in his face that he wasn't happy about things. And maybe it was a Triple H, whoever may have caught him. Maybe it was Paul Heyman. I don't know. Maybe Brock Lesnar just reacted to the news. He was probably upset that it happened and didn't really know how to handle it and needed to get away from the building. That could have been all it was. And somebody close to him probably got to him, talked him down off the ledge, and brought him back. And it was a great way to utilize him tonight. It really was. So I think the fear of not having Roman versus Brock at SummerSlam, I think that pretty much can be put to rest now. I think we're okay with that. I know we got a lot of comments in here, and I got to get caught up here. I apologize. Just once I got going. Okay. I don't know if it's so much that he's guilty. I think it's just he was feeling the pressure from the board of directors and other people that he needed to step away. Exactly, Brian. The traditional drop bad news on a Friday trick. Like I said at the beginning, the news dropped at 4:05 Eastern time, which was literally minutes after the New York Stock Exchange closed. So there would not be a direct effect on WWE stock. Now there is after hours. There is, after hours trading that goes on and whatnot. DeRich, yeah, thank you for posting the video of Excalibur going a million miles an hour with Death Before Dishonor. So yeah, we've got actually it was 3 new matches that were added tonight, and we'll try quickly going through those in a little bit, but. Yep, you're happy Vince is gone. Yep, he is gone. Let's see, what else do we have here? Adam, I think Kevin Dunn will be gone by the end of the year. Bruce Pritchard has not wanted to be the guy that is completely in control of creative for WWE. He's just too old for that now. And I think he is going to maintain it probably up until Clash at the Castle. And then that's going to be it. And he's going to attempt to push it off on somebody else then. He just doesn't want to do it full time. Does that mean he's going to completely step away from the company? I don't know. But I think for sure Kevin Dunn is going to be shown the door. Nick Khan is going to get him out. And it actually could be sooner than later, I'm thinking. Okay. So Extreme Rules, who knows at this point? I mean, everything we thought we knew going up to this point could all change. I think the only thing that we are guaranteed is either Sheamus or Drew McIntyre challenging for the Undisputed Championships at Clash at the Castle. No, CJ, it does not look like Brock Lesnar is going to be replaced because he showed up at the end of SmackDown tonight. Another excellent question here, Adam. Does Triple H running the talent side of things mean it's easier for them to re-sign guys like Gargano, or does it make the AEW to WWE jump more palatable for talent? Part one, yes. With Triple H back in control of talent relations and Vince out the door, guys like Gargano, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Karrion Kross, Scarlett, it is going to be much easier for talent like them to come back to WWE. Now, the big name that kept getting thrown around, the big two, again, when SRS was on earlier, were Sasha Banks and Naomi. With Vince gone, I have to agree with SRS. Sasha is gone. The only way she would have come back is if Vince was able to work something out for her. With Vince gone, she's not coming back. Naomi, it's hard to say. You know, she's got the family ties there. Her husband is still in WWE. It's really hard to say if she's going to come back. But I would not be surprised at all if we see the return of a Johnny Gargano, if we see the return of Bray Wyatt now, because it was very, very well known that Bray Wyatt and Vince McMahon had their difficulties creatively. They really did. And if Triple H can work out a deal with Wyndham Rotunda to come back and let him have a little bit more creative control over things, I could see him coming back. And he would be a great asset to this roster right now. He truly would be if he is allowed to do what he wants to do. We the ones know Brock is not getting replaced. Brock was back at SmackDown tonight, so that match is still on. All right, let's see. Wait a second. They announced Roosh and Dragon Lee too? Holy cow. Yeah, gee, I wish it was 1999 here. Yep, Colt Cabana versus Anthony Henry. We got the Shinobi Shadow Squad versus the Trust Busters. Brian Cage and Gates of Agony versus Deppen, Zane, and Blake Christian. Roosh versus Dragon Lee. Just because you're in the wrestling business doesn't mean that you should be writing. That doesn't mean you should be doing that also. No, I think right now it's Shawn Michaels. It's HBK. It'll be interesting to see. All right. SmackDown actually was a pretty good show tonight. I will. I missed a little bit of it here and there. Um, I caught the most pertinent parts. I just don't get what they're doing with this Lacey Evans character. I really don't. I really don't. Um, Theory's push is still going to happen. Just because Vince is gone, his push is still going to happen. There's a lot of people that are high on him within the company. I still don't think he is going to have a cash in at SummerSlam. I think he's going to attempt, and Dolph Ziggler is going to get involved somehow. I was pleasantly surprised when Brock came out, because I thought when Theory was putting that beat down on Madcap Moss, I thought Ziggler was going to come out. And then Brock's music hit, and it was perfect because Theory's been running his mouth. So I'm figuring Roman Reigns is scheduled to be at Raw on Monday. They are probably going to do a very similar angle with Roman where he puts a beat down on Theory, which is going to lead to the huge grudge that Theory has against both guys. He's going to want to cash in on somebody, but it's not going to work at all. Oh, excuse me. Yes, Claudio's promo was really good. You know, he thanked the fans for for supporting him. And I'm really looking forward to that match tomorrow night. Yes, Ring of Honor has a wrestler named Cheeseburger. It's kind of a spoof name. I think it's because he's, what is he, like 5'7" and 120 pounds? And somebody told him he needs to go eat a cheeseburger. Wait, Vampiro wants to go to WWE? Yes, TNA had Shark Boy and Curryman. Do you know who Curryman was? Curryman was Christopher Daniel, the same guy that main evented tonight on Rampage. Curryman was Christopher Daniels. He had an alter ego, believe it or not. Holy cow, this can't be. Toronto is leading Boston 25-3. What? No. Oh yeah, we could go off on really good strange wrestling gimmicks. Yes, yeah, Christopher Daniels, that's right. How in the world did they score 28 runs in what, 7 innings? What the heck happened? I'm only talking about it because Sean Ross Sapp posted something on Twitter. All right, I'm gonna have to check out this tweet from Regal. I'm excited. I'm excited for Roosh and Dragon Lee tomorrow night. That's going to be a good match. All right, so yep, there is going to be a 0-hour pre-show. It's going to be all the matches that we had talked about before. It's going to be Gates of Agony and Brian Cage taking on Deppen, Zayn, and Christian. The Trustbusters against Shinobi Shadow Squad. And then Colt Cabana and Anthony Henry. Oh, and they moved Willow Nightingale and Allison Kay to the pre-show, but they put Roosh versus Dragon Lee on the main show. So it's going to be that match and 6 championship matches. That's going to be wild. So this is going to be a 2.5, maybe 3-hour pay-per-view, I'm thinking. But I mean, you add in those 4 bonus matches. It'll be good to see Colt Cabana in action again. But I'm really excited for Willow Nightingale and Allison Kay on that pre-show. This is going to be a great. It's going to be a great card. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, which means now I can actually update. And I've been trying to, and maybe that's why I've been having issues with my printer. I was trying to print the predictions since last night, and for whatever reason, they wouldn't print for me. I was having problems with my printer, and they wouldn't print. But now I might actually be able to do it. There we go. And I can do it without the horrible links that were in here. I had problems with links that were in here. Going to see if I can actually get this to work. So maybe I can post this stuff before I get going and doing my Fun Saturday stuff tomorrow. Sorry, I'm just typing away here real quick. I'll get back to your comments. Hey, Positive One's going to curse it? He's going to curse the show? No. He's not going to curse the show. He will not do that. All right, hang on. Got one more. There we go. All right, we're going to see if we can get this to print now. And it's still not working. Oh, what the heck is going? Oh, wait. All right. I don't know what in the world. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Yes, my printer is turned on. I don't know what's going on. It just randomly stopped working. Well, hello, Judy. What about downtown Bruno? Yeah. Yes, the computer is saying no. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I might have to uninstall and reinstall it. All right, hold on. I gotta look up this. I gotta look up this William Regal tweet that everybody's talking about. Are you talking about the tweet? The tweet that he put out about Vince? Is that the one? Is that the tweet we're talking about? Is the one he posted about Vince? I mean, say what you will about Vince McMahon, he's influential. Okay, Judy. So Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan are taking over as co-CEOs of the company. Bruce Pritchard, for right now, is going to maintain control of the of creative for the time being. What did I think about SmackDown? It was actually one of the better SmackDowns that they've done in a while. Roman Reigns versus Stone Cold Steve Austin? No, that won't happen. That will not happen. Okay, still trying to fix the computer problems here. I don't know what in the world is happening here. My goodness. Oh, I didn't see the Claudio one you sent. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, there's nothing in the print queue now. The print queue is empty. So we're going to try it one more time and see if we can get it to work. If not, I'm just going to give up. Okay. What the heck? Yeah, that's the printer I want. Okay, it's still not working. There must be a setting wrong. It's the only thing I can think of is there is a setting wrong. Let's try this one. Nope. Okay. Well, I made a slight change. Oh, what in the world just happened there? All right, I think we got it working. Okay. Yeah, Byron, you've been hearing a lot about Goldberg. There is nothing to that. The reason Goldberg's name was coming up was because Brock Lesnar had walked out on SmackDown tonight prior to the show. And there was rumors starting to go around that, oh my goodness, they're going to reach out to Goldberg to be the replacement for SummerSlam. Cultaholic was the first ones to report that. But obviously none of that is true. Okay. Okay, to Rich, hold on a second. I gotta I got inundated with stuff on my Twitter today. So, the only thing I saw was you tagging me in that in the video. Where did you send the tweet to? Yeah, because I have not seen it. Oh, you sent the link in here. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through here. Okay, I'm not seeing the link. I'm not seeing the link. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah, Wyndham Rotunda has been very, very cryptic again with his tweets and everything. Yeah, I know he had tweeted something earlier today, and I wonder if he had deleted it because I'm not seeing anything from today. All right, let's go back to this. Judy, I think I think a lot of it does have to do with the allegations. I believe there was probably some pressure that was put on him by Stephanie and Triple H and from Nick Khan and the board of directors. There may have been some pressure from sponsors or from television partners telling him, you know what, it's just best if you just walk away. This was not a decision that he made on his own. Guaranteed. And reportedly, the Wall Street Journal has another story that's going to be hitting in the next week or two. So it may be better for him just to separate himself from the company right now while all these investigations are going on. And as more dirt is coming out, and I've been saying it since the very first story came out. I said it when the second story broke about the $12 million, that there's more to come, that we are literally just seeing the tip of the iceberg. And I would not be shocked if more names were brought up. We've already seen John Laurinaitis fall to this. Vince McMahon has now resigned. I wouldn't be surprised if more of Vince's guys took the fall here. I'm sure we will see. I'm not going to name names. Because it's not right, because that would be, making baseless accusations. But just understanding how things have run for years within WWE behind the scenes, and how it's really been in Old Boys Network, there's going to be more stories coming out. Now that Vince has stepped away, people are going to be a little bit more open to talking about things. And just wait. Just wait. Okay, so excuse me. Yeah, I'm looking at the tweet right now, and um, it's interesting. We'll just say it's interesting. You know, he always has been a very unusual person with some very, you know, interesting, interesting likes, I guess you could say. So, yeah, very, very unique. Oh, to Rich. Okay, now I'm seeing. Yeah, now I see the tweet that you're talking about. That is very interesting. Judy, thank you very much. Yes, please hit the like and hit the subscribe buttons. But please, let's be nice. Don't call them idiots. Don't call them idiots. We are all family here. We're all family, so we're all going to be nice to each other. All right, so I have the official card here for Death Before Dishonor. I will work on those. But yeah, yeah, Regal did tease. You know, he's going to be there. Now, does that mean he's going to be ringside? Um, I think it would make sense because I'm sure Tully Blanchard is going to come out with Gresham, so it would make sense for Regal to be there. I would love to see an interaction between Blanchard and Regal. That would be awesome tomorrow night. That would actually make the night if those two got into it together. That would be really, really cool. Um, do you mean as far as like working shows on the independent scene? I don't think any changes are really going to happen within WWE anytime soon. Um, the only way it would is if they started backing down on house shows, which from a business model may not be a bad idea. I mean, it would stink for a lot of smaller towns, cities that don't get Raw and SmackDown and pay per views that like to have those shows, like to have them come to town. Um, it's a model that's worked extremely well for AEW. WCW under Eric Bischoff, they did that as well, where they stopped. You know, they would do Nitro, they would do Thunder, and that would be it. And pay-per-views. They wouldn't do the they wouldn't do the house shows anymore. And I think from a cost standpoint as well, I think it makes sense for companies. I really do. Um, it, WWE hasn't had that model, and WWE has never had that model. I mean, they have always done house shows. They always have. I think the only time they didn't, obviously, was during the pandemic, and that's because nobody was. But I'm talking just regular times. They've always done them. Yeah, provided provided I do end up watching the show tomorrow night. I have not ordered it yet. Um, Marcus, is there an issue around you? Are you talking about like fireworks or things like that that you're bringing up fire season? Is that why you're bringing that up? I don't know. I don't know if Pyro is going to return to house shows. It's I'm not going to say it's going to be a late decision. I mean, I'm really I got to see how the day goes. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so we have an update on Brock Lesnar. This coming from Fightful Select. Fightful was able to confirm Brian Alvarez's report that Brock Lesnar was upset following the Vince McMahon retirement announcement and left the building. PW Insider also was able to corroborate the report. WWE had pulled Brock Lesnar from advertising as they weren't sure he'd actually be at the show. However, Fightful is told that things blew over and Brock returned. One source called the situation overblown, but admitted they didn't know if he'd end up actually being on the show. The script was rewritten and didn't feature Brock at all. The rundown also did not feature Lesnar, and the last segment was left in a way that Lesnar could be included. Okay. So, yeah, it makes sense that was kind of an overblown story. But now we know that that's what they're thinking, that it was overblown. Because Brian Alvarez's original report said that Brock Lesnar was pissed. And maybe the wording was wrong. Maybe he was upset about Vince's retirement because of everything that's going on. And he just needed to get away from the building to deal with it. That's probably all it was. Somebody in the apartment complex is doing a barbecue under the staircase. That, whether it's fire season or not, that's just stupid. You don't put a barbecue under a staircase. That's just asking for a fire. Yeah, Lucas, I could understand that too. I mean, I'm actually stretching to pay for it tomorrow too, but this is one I really want to show or see. This is one I really want to see. And since I didn't buy the $450 bottle of rye whiskey that I saw today, yes. So I went to, okay, we're going to talk. It's Wrestle Booze time. It's Wrestle Booze. So I went to there's a small local liquor store in the suburbs that every Friday they do different samplings and tastings. And tonight, well, here I will. Yes, I'm of the legal drinking. I'm actually going to bring up their website. Okay. Oh, here we go. I'm just. Oh, that's interesting. It's not working. Oh, they actually have a couple of other ones. All right. So, one of the ones that they were trying, one of the ones that they were sampling here, and the distillery is called Chicken Cock. Yes, that's actually the name of it. It is Chicken Cock. Vince McMahon's favorite rye whiskey. So it's this one right here. It's the one that's kind of going back and forth. The Cotton Club Rye, which I'm not the biggest fan of rye whiskeys, but this one was good. This one was really good. It had the bite of the rye, but it had almost kind of a buttery sweet tone to it. which was good. And it comes in, it's a 20-year aged Canadian rye whiskey. And it comes in a collectible bottle and the metal tin. $450. No, John did not buy that. Because as I was telling the rep from Chicken Cock, if I dropped $450 on a bottle of whiskey, I would get thrown out of my house. Without a doubt. They had another one that was $200. If I came home with a $200 bottle of whiskey, I'd get thrown out of my house. There is absolutely no way. It was really good though. I mean, if it had been 50 or $60, I might have considered it. But $450? No way. I mean, if somebody gave me $450 and told me you could spend it on one thing, one thing of alcohol, then I would buy it. But yeah. Yes, Marcus, we do have a solar storm that's going to be hitting Earth next week. I'm curious though. Well, let me stop sharing this real quick here. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Okay. All right. Let's see if it's going to allow me to. Yeah, if you buy it online, it's $500. Holy cow. That is nuts. But if you want good booze, sometimes you got to pay for it. That's just crazy though. Holy cow. Somebody want to give me $450 so I can buy that? That's why I'm drinking my Kona Brewing Gold Cliff IPA. I'm not a real big IPA fan, but Kona Brewing is my favorite. So, all right. What time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock here. Louis has training in 6 hours. All right. Can WWE work with New Japan? It's possible. I think doors are going to be open now that Vince is gone. I think we are going to see some changes. It's not going to be immediate, but I can definitely see something happening in the very near future. All right. You know what we need to do? We have to do this. No, there was nothing new tweeted by Natty today. Sorry. Let's see. Sheik actually did tweet about Vince McMahon. Do we want to go that direction, or do we want to have some fun with Sheiky tonight? Trey, who do I think is going to win? I think Roman's going to retain. You know what? We're going to be nice tonight. We are going to be nice tonight with Sheik. So here we go with today's I was going to say Iron Jock tweet of the day. The Iron Sheik tweet of the day. Good grief. Oh, I think I've had too much to drink. All right. Only one Kennedy McMahon. I love you forever, Bubba. In response to Vince McMahon's tweet. So one of the nicer tweets that the Sheik will ever put out. So that is our Iron Sheik tweet of the day here on WrestleScope. Hold on, we're going to. All right. All right. Now it's officially the Iron Sheik tweet of the day. And just in case anybody's wondering, all right, we'll go take a look. Yeah, the only tweet that she had today was about WWE going to Glasgow in October. That's the only thing she had today. So sorry about that, folks. And the only thing she posted on her Instagram was about her cat. Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me. Sad. But here, in place of that, Lucas, this one's just for you. It is Natty's younger sister, Jenny. Right there for you. From today. So I'll leave that one there for you for a moment. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. I will see you most likely post show after Death Before Dishonor tomorrow night. Theory versus Brock is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I mean, we got a little bit of it tonight. That's all it's going to be. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. We will talk to you tomorrow night.